Hello, and welcome back to Bits and Bobs. In today's video, we'll be discussing the evolution of Maundy coins. So first, what are Maundy coins? Maundy coins consist of a 1, 2, 3 and 4 pence coin and are struck each year. Originally, they were given out by the monarch to the poor. Nowadays, they are for sale on the Royal Mint website each year and are more of a collector's item for numismatists. The first Maundy money was struck under the reign of Charles II, first struck in 1662 and then again in 1670 and onwards, featuring a date. Here we see the usual designs. The 1 pence features 1C, 2Cs, 3Cs and 4Cs for the other denominations, and the 4 pence coin also features some symbols between the Cs. The obverse features the portrait of King Charles II, uncrowned, wearing a laureate and facing to his right. The tradition was upheld by Charles II's successor, James II, although the designs were changed. Now on the 1, 2, 3 and 4 pence, we can see Roman numerals of the numbers. However, rather than an I before V, as a 4 usually is, it is a 4 with 4 ones for the 4 pence, 3 ones for the 3 pence, 2 for the 2, and 1 for the 1. Next up are the co-monarchs William and Mary, and first off we see their portrait features both of them, William and Mary, as it says, by the grace of God, both their portraits facing to the right on this coin, with William's being just in front. And the reverse has now come from letters to numerals to numbers, as we see the 4, 3, 2 and 1 as numbers on the coins. This design also stayed on the coins when William ruled by himself and the portrait was just of him without Mary there. The design stayed the same. The next monarch up was Queen Anne, who also kept this design, with the date above the crown above the number and her portrait on the obverse. As we see here, the date is quite separated above the crown and the number 4 is under the crown as well. The Maundy coinage of George I didn't see much change to that of the coinage of Queen Anne. In fact, the only major changes we see here is it now features the portrait of George I. And once again, there wasn't much change on the reverse design on the Maundy coins of George II. A slightly thinner font was used for the numbers. And as we see, a new portrait on the obverse, that of George II. Here is a close-up of one of the coins, and we can see the 2 is now touching the top of the crown, and the crown is now touching the top of the coin, meaning that the numbers and crown are actually bigger as well. And now, onto the Maundy coins of George III, and we see quite a profound change. The numbers, the font that is, have got very thin, look especially the 4. If we zoom in here, we can see another change. The crown is once again on top of the number, but the date is no longer at the top. In fact, the date is at the bottom, meaning the legend goes right around past the top and not underneath the bottom. On screen now, we see the second issue Maundy coins of George III, and another big change has happened. Here is the reverse of one. Once again we see the number, crowned, and the legend around. But hang on, the date has moved from the reverse to the obverse. This is the only time the date features on the obverse, and here it is on an 1820 George III Maundy penny. And we also see the new portrait of the king on this coin. And now perhaps the biggest change to ever happen to Maundy coins, and that is the standardization. Here we see the new standardized Maundy coins. All other denominations got standardized in the Great Recoinage of 1817, but the Maundy coins had to wait until 1821. Here are the new weights and diameters that will last up to present day. Please feel free to pause and have a read of all this, and maybe even take a screenshot for future reference. This standardization happened in the reign of George IV and features his portrait on the obverse. Here we see some of the standardized coins from William IV's reign. As planned, the coins are the exact same weight and diameter, and feature the same reverse design on all 4 of the coins, as we can see here. And now we move on to the Maundy coins of Queen Victoria. Of course, the reverse designs are the same, and on the first issue we see the young head portrait. On the second issue we see the Jubilee head portrait, designed by Sir Joseph Edgar Boehm, and of course, Thomas Brock's veiled head portrait made it onto the Maundy coins at the end of Victoria's reign. In the new king's reign of Edward II, his portrait featured, but of course, these classical reverse designs stayed the same. Now on to the Maundy coins of George V, and here they are, featuring the same reverse design, but a new obverse design of George V designed by Bertram McKennell. As we see now, the only thing changing is the monarch, not anything else. As here we see again, George VI coins, same reverse design, different obverse design featuring his portrait by Humphrey Paget, uncrowned facing left. And now, the Maundy coins of Queen Elizabeth II. Here are the first issue ones from 1953, and they feature the young head portrait of the Queen by Mary Gillick, as did all her coins of the time. But there is something interesting with Queen Elizabeth II Maundy coins, as throughout her reign, as we see here an example from 1994, the same young head portrait by Mary Gillick is still used. Even here, on the 2022 Maundy coins, we still see the young head portrait after 70 years of use. But of course, 2022 will sadly be the last year the Queen is on the obverse of Maundy coins, as the new King, Charles III, will of course be on the obverse of all coins this year, and so we'll see his portrait by Martin Jennings on the obverse of this year's Maundy coinage. And there we go, that is the history and evolution of Maundy coins. Please do like and subscribe, as we truly appreciate it and it means a lot to us. Thank you for watching the video, we hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time on Bits and Bobs for another cool video. Bye!